This week on Days of Our Lives, a ghost from the past reappears, and with him comes the possibility of a final act of revenge. Orpheus is back, and with John off the grid, Marlena in danger, and a nuclear weapon in the hands of the wrong people, Salem is facing a threat like never before. Let's break down everything we know, what it could mean for John's fate, and why Orpheus may finally get what he's always wanted, to end John for good. It was the kind of twist that hits hard and without warning. In the final seconds of the March 28 episode, Orpheus re-entered the story, and with him, a chilling reminder that true evil never disappears. It waits, patiently, quietly, and when the time is right, it strikes. He didn't kick in a door. He didn't bring an army. He simply appeared, calm, confident, completely in control. And in that eerie silence, Marlena Evans found herself face to face with the man who has haunted her and John for decades. Orpheus didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. Every word out of his mouth was a blade, carefully sharpened and aimed straight at her nerves. He wasn't here for a warning, he was here to plant fear, and he succeeded. He toyed with her emotions, speaking in half-truths and veiled threats. He dropped hints about things he should know, and all of them pointed to one terrifying reality. Orpheus knows exactly where John is, and he may already be pulling the strings behind his disappearance. Marlena, ever the composed professional, tried to stay strong. But beneath her calm exterior, the panic was unmistakable. She's dealt with monsters before, but Orpheus is different. He doesn't just destroy, he dismantles. And this time, it feels like he's not here to play games, he's here to end them. While Marlena was paralyzed by Orpheus's presence, another mystery was already unfolding miles away, one that's far more urgent, and potentially far more devastating. John is missing, and this time, it's no simple disappearance. ISA agent Andrew finally let a few key details slip. John was sent on a covert mission, highly classified, highly dangerous, to track down a nuclear device reportedly under construction in Salem. According to Andrew, the device is real. It's active, and it's about to be sold to the highest bidder. That alone is terrifying. But what makes this even worse is that multiple international players are involved. Governments, black market brokers, possibly even terrorists. John, being who he is, didn't wait for backup. He tracked the location of the secret facility. He got close, too close. And despite direct orders from the ISA to hold his position and not infiltrate the compound, John went in anyway. That was the last time anyone heard from him. Now, his handler has lost all contact. There's no signal, no update, no trace. The agency is officially labeling him off-grid, and the whispers are growing louder. Some believe John may have gone rogue. Others fear a darker truth, he may already be dead. But not everyone is giving up hope. Steve, along with Paul and Andrew, have launched a dangerous field mission of their own. They're inside that same facility now, moving through unknown territory in a desperate attempt to track John down. But it's not going smoothly. The building is heavily guarded. The layout is foreign, and they don't even know if John is still alive inside, or if they're walking into a trap set up by someone who's already 10 steps ahead. And now, Days spoilers are warning us. Things are about to go very, very wrong. Whether that means the device is armed, the mission is compromised, or that Orpheus has already made his move, one thing is certain. The mission to save John is entering dangerous, irreversible territory. And Salem may soon be mourning more than just a hero. Let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't just a close call or another mission gone sideways. This feels final. Days of Our Lives spoilers are pointing in one chilling direction. John may not survive this storyline. And if that's true, it means we're watching the final chapter of one of Salem's most iconic heroes, a man who's faced danger 100 times before and always made it out. Until now. What started as a high-stakes mission has turned into something far darker. John went in alone, against orders, chasing a threat too big to ignore. A nuclear weapon in the wrong hands. A facility crawling with shadow operatives. Governments watching. Agents falling silent. Now, there's no signal. No update. No evidence he's alive. And the silence is deafening. But perhaps what makes this all even more ominous is who's suddenly reappeared at the same time John has vanished. Orpheus. If you followed this feud over the years, you know, no one has caused more pain, more suffering, more psychological torment to John and Marlena than Orpheus. He's not a villain who hits fast and runs. He's strategic. He waits. He calculates. And when he strikes, he makes sure the damage is personal. He's kidnapped their children, held them hostage, faked deaths, burned bridges, broken trust, and every time he was defeated, he came back stronger. Now, he's back again. And if this is John's final mission, it's hard to imagine anyone else being responsible for ending it. This isn't just about a gun or a trap. It's about a long brewing revenge, a story arc that's been simmering in the background for decades. And if Orpheus really is behind it all, then he's about to finally get the one thing he's been chasing since the beginning, the death of John. While the world focuses on John's disappearance, another storm is quietly brewing, and it's targeting the woman who's always been caught in the crossfire. Marlena Evans. She's alone in a hotel suite, thinking John is simply out of reach, not realizing she's already being hunted. Orpheus doesn't just make dramatic entrances. He doesn't rely on brute force. He weapons fear. And that's exactly what he does here. He confronts Marlena not with violence, but with insinuation. With that chilling calmness that makes your blood run cold. He drops cryptic lines. Leaves just enough out to make her question everything. And as always, he delivers it all with a smile. He hints that John may already be dead. That no one is coming to help her. That she's completely, utterly alone. Marlena tries to keep it together. She's strong, always has been. But Orpheus knows exactly where to poke. Exactly how to twist the knife. Because this isn't his first time doing this. He's studied her, broken her down before. And now, he's back to finish what he started. Each vague comment he makes feels like a countdown. Each threat, no matter how veiled, lands like a prophecy. And as he leans in, suggesting that John's death is only the beginning, Marlena realizes the horrifying truth: she may be next. Orpheus isn't just here to end lives. He's here to unmake them, piece by piece, memory by memory. He's playing a long game of psychological torture. And Marlena? She's in the center of it. This isn't just a test of strength. It's a war on the soul. And the question is no longer if Orpheus will strike again, it's how far he's willing to go to destroy what's left of the lives he's been trying to shatter for decades. Back in Talon, far from the emotional wreckage unfolding in Salem, another battle is being waged. One that could determine not just the fate of John Black, but countless innocent lives. Inside a covert facility rumored to house a nuclear device, Steve, Paul, and Andrew are navigating hallways laced with danger. The building is cold, quiet, but too quiet. Every step they take echoes with uncertainty. Every locked door could be hiding something lethal. This isn't a typical ESA op. This is a geopolitical nightmare, one involving foreign governments, shadow buyers, and the threat of global catastrophe. The ESA is under tremendous pressure. The weapon can't be allowed to leave this facility. But with John's fate still unknown, Steve and his team are forced to juggle two impossible missions: locate the device and bring John home. The stakes couldn't be higher. One misstep, one wrong hallway, one misread signal, and it could all go up in smoke. And here's the problem: they may already be too late. Spoilers warn that something terrible is coming. That a wrong turn will set off a chain reaction, and that this mission, meant to save John, might turn into a deadly trap instead. Whether it's an ambush, a detonation, or a final face-off with the man behind it all, the odds are shifting by the minute. Time is running out, and as Steve, Paul, and Andrew push deeper into the heart of danger, they have no idea what, or who, might be waiting on the other side of the door. Back in Salem, the air is heavy. And not just with fear, but with something far more permanent. Loss. Spoilers are pointing to something unthinkable, John Black's death. And this time, it doesn't feel like a tease. It feels like goodbye. Reports suggest that in the coming weeks, Days of Our Lives will air John's funeral, a powerful, emotional tribute not just to the character, but to Drake Hogestyn, the actor who brought him to life for decades. We're talking about a man who's been a pillar of this show. A hero, a romantic lead, a fighter, a father, a protector. And now, Salem will have to say farewell. The scenes leading up to the funeral promise to be gut-wrenching. Marlena, grieving the love of her life. Steve, blaming himself for a mission that spiraled out of control. Paul, carrying the weight of a son who couldn't save his father. Rafe, JJ, Belle, Brady, and others, all reflecting on how much John meant to them, and to the town itself. But it won't just be sorrow. It will be rage. Because if Orpheus truly orchestrated this, if he's the one who ended John's life, then Salem won't stand still. Someone will come for him. And this time, they won't be looking for justice. They'll be looking for revenge. The loss of John won't just hurt. It will ignite something irreversible. And Orpheus, for all his cleverness, may have finally gone too far. So where does all of this leave us? With a city in fear. With a widow in waiting. And with a villain who's not done yet. Orpheus is back, and he's playing the long game. John's mission, the nuclear weapon, the psychological torture, it's all part of a final revenge. One he's waited years to complete. And this time, he may actually win. So buckle up, Days fans. The end of an era may be near. And what comes next will shake Salem to its core. Don't miss a single twist. Subscribe now for more deep dive Days of Our Lives breakdowns, spoiler theories, and weekly drama recaps. And tell us in the comments, is Orpheus really the end of John? Will Marlena survive what's coming? And do you think there's any way out of this alive? This is Days of Our Lives. And the story is far from over.